was on a panel yesterday and saw a number of very accomplished women writers, the Rogue Women's Writers, and an organization that I guess is part of ITW?
No.
Or an office. It's separate from that?
Yes.
Separate from that, okay. But each of these women, very, very accomplished in their own right. Three of them, everyone credentials. Three, particularly, I found appealing that had, investigative, CIA, cyber background. All of them discussing what I thought was almost, I felt like I was in a time warp, of a level of either prejudiced, discrimination, or just outright, it seemed like it was almost professional abuse. And so I wanted to ask you about it because this is my first time here. I'm hearing this, I'm going, holy shit, how could this is the 21st century. And these women who are as accomplished as I could ever aspire to be are talking about not being able to use their names, some type of harassment, whether it's by, people within the industry or readers. And I was just shocked. You're looking at me like, get with it, kid. This is the world I grew up in. But tell me about it. You started this. You started the group. I mean, clearly, clearly you've experienced some of this and observed some of it. So why hasn't this evolved like the rest of industries?
All industries basically are sexist. It's part of our culture. We're seeing an eruption from Hollywood of extraordinarily talented women who do very fine work, and they're not getting nominated. Their work doesn't get the reviews. I think they don't get the.
Started. That's with Gone Girl. Started a production company. They will only focus on female protagonist-driven works. That's it. That's when Gone Girl was the first one.
We see it in Hollywood right now with what's been it's exciting for us to see women who are accomplished being able to stand up and say, "What about me?" And the old saying that for women to properly compete, they have to be better than men. Mm-hmm. This is silly. No one wins that way. Men don't win. Women don't win. So what we're seeing there is helping to change the culture. We're seeing finally a real discussion of date rape on campus and violence against women on campus, which, when I was in college, nobody talked about it. Thank goodness we are talking about it. We're talking about women in politics and how few women actually, we do have a few women who are in positions of power, but by and large, most women are not. They have a very hard time climbing the rising in the power structure. And there are all kinds of reasons that are given for that. Their mothers, they don't have the experience, on and on and on. And most of the time that's nonsense. And we are also seeing it in sports. We see it in books, just as we see it in every other industry in our world, really. It's unfortunate because the women in our business really are asking for a level playing field. What we're asking is that our books be judged for their quality, not by whom they are written. Because, for instance, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to write in this field. I write international espionage novels. They have a lot of politics, a lot of culture, a lot of history. And silly me, because I love to read them and my girlfriends love to read them, I wanted to write them because I love politics. I love power. The power of secrets fascinate me. How one uses the levers of power fascinate me. And of course, the largest decisions impact all of us, right down to the corner in your neighborhood. We're all impacted. So these are important topics. I care. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do it. My first book, Masquerade, my agent at the time sent it around, and I think this was 1995. And he gave one particular editor, a woman who was the president of a house, what they call an exclusive. she got to look at it before anybody else because he was excited about it. He thought it'd be a great book to publish. And she was ill on the day she was supposed to report, so she asked her assistant to call my agent. My agent was very excited because the assistant said she loves the book. She wants to publish the book. She'll call you in the morning with a good offer. So the next morning, my agent got up with a smile on his face. He went into the office, and this very powerful female head of company called him and said, I love this book. I want to publish this book, but no woman could have written it. And that was 1995.
Wow.
And this book was eventually bought by a man, mind you, and it became a New York Times bestseller. It was called Masquerade, and a couple of years ago, Publishers Weekly, which as you know, is the publishing Bible of our business, named it one of the top 10 spy novels of all time.
Wow.
And that was with, thank you, that was with Forsyth and Ludlum and Ian Fleming, Graham Greene. Helen McInnes was actually after me, not up in front of me. It was a very exciting moment for a book that I had been accused of not writing and was not bought because a woman wrote it.